About time them start fight Rastafari. About time, about time. About time them start fight highly, highly, high. About time, about time. You think a little bit of fight Rasta again? You think a little bit of disrespect? Babylon see the Rastas a threat. Them even used to put Rasta to death. Rasta never ever trouble them yet. Just a live with life in a way one concept. Rasta liberty, the Rasta reflect. African consciousness Rasta select. Them not like the way we accept. Highly Selassie I as the elect. That no mean them a fi get upset. That no mean them a fi disrespect. About time them start fight Rastafari. About time, about time. About time them start fight highly, highly, high. About time. From Leonardo Will in a yard down a pinnacle. Babylon just a fight Rasta people. Lack of overstanding make them cynical. Rasta always say good over evil. Chew we burn ganja as we sacrament. And them a drink alcohol which a detriment. Laws of the Most High, that's how we government. And not the House of Parliament. From a little youth, we used to listen to my friend father have a sound. And him play blues every Saturday. So from a little boy, I hear the heavy reggae bass line and the lyrics are chant, and it's a thing we used to empower me and give me a vibe and give me an energy. So we grew up listening to sound system and loving sound. So while me and my brethren was still at school, we decided to make a sound system. So a lot of the music which was coming at that time was speaking of Rastafari.
Yes, sir.
So we started to check out things a little bit more, and we started to read things like the autobiography, and we started to read Marcus Garvey, the opinion, and we used to get around and at the youth club, because at that time there was youth clubs.
Yeah.
We used to reason with one another, and we never really have no elders then.
Yeah.
We are sure with certain things, so we are reason amongst one another, and from what we learn and from what we read, we gain our understanding. We make a sound system called Exodus Sound.
Nice.
A movement, and I said, yeah, we're going to take the sound to Africa, all them kind of things. So as a youth, we was forward, really forward thinking kind of youth, And then you have certain ones from London and Birmingham, certain elders, come in at the community and give some of their vibration as well.
Right.
And we take it on board.
Yeah.
And we did even start a center, and it's called the Wolverhampton Progressive Rastafari Association. That was in the 77 kind of time, the late 70s.
Yeah.
And it was I and I Bridges who and they secured some funding and that kind of thing. And they put together the center. And the center became a kind of a beacon, a light. For sure, the progressiveness of Rastafari, and certain things come from the center, which even did it right now, I think at ESCCI, which looks after the needs of mental patients.
I see.
In Wolverhampton. So that all come from the Wolverhampton Rastafari Progressive Association.
Yeah.
So we had the association, and more people start to want to find out more about Rastafari, and more people come into it, and we'd have a good Rastafari community in the late 70s.
Yeah.
Not really studios at the time. We wasn't really thinking about studio. We did have bands and things, and but some artists come out of it, like Aisha, Rashida, from Wolverhampton, Capital Letters.
Yes.
There's another group that come out of Wolverhampton.
Yes.
Some good Rastafari artists, singers, and players of instruments. They come out from Wolverhampton. Yeah, man, that was one of the greatest things. When I look at what was out there, and we can see say something is missing. All them I tell you is the white Jesus, and you see all the Europeanized images.
Yes.
And you say to yourself, something missing, where am I? So, and one of the things them do, show the film Roots.
First and foremost.
And from the show Roots, it kind of waken up some who never know about it. I say, wait, that did happen. And some get vexed and want to beat up everybody that you see. And some just take it on board and say, well, we have to go do something about it, then think they can't happen again, you know. And we have to do things to redress the balance, you know, and give thanks to the ancestors for what they did and what they've been through, you know.
Yeah.
So we do them things there. So the racism did keep us together still, but it's just the vibe at the time that something was missing. And when Rastafari come into the picture, when people start to realize about the Black King, you know, we did a year, Haile Selassie as the Redeemer, the Savior, you know, the Savior out of the Babylon system, you know.
Yes.
So we start to read the Bibles and things. At that time we was into Bibles heavily still. And come to the conclusion that he is the Redeemer, you know.
Yeah.
But further down in time, we realize a lot of the Bible has been plagiarized.
Right.
You know, and you have to look for the source as well, you know. Like His Majesty said, read the secular books as well, you know. It's a part of I&I history, it's a part of I&I culture.
Yeah.
And it's only the Europeans that have tried to demonize it.
Yes.
And so we can't really go from European boundaries.
Yeah.
European come cut up this and cut up that and say, boy, that a thing and that a thing Berlin Conference. So we have to see it as a whole, you know, and that is part of I&I. And you look at Greater Zimbabwe is part of I&I.
Yeah.
Because Shanti then is part of I&I, you know.
Yes,
so
yes,
things are hidden from I, but it's in the darkness coming to the light. Yeah, because you see, so the people them who keep and maintain their culture, they keep that balance within themselves. And with I&I now, it's like the culture has been, because it's taken away, because they can't take away I&I culture. They try to take it away, but it's still in the groove.
Love me black life, love me black bikinis, love me black white, love me thick lips, love me black doors. I would have never ever part with doors. Black from without, black from within. Black is the color of the African skin. All of the people who proud to be black, put your one in the ear and lick too short. Cool love. Yeah, man. We hear what we say now. Them says that me come from England, and them say Maccabee. How come you not speak his spoken? How come you don't talk the Queen's English? Me say not even she talk English. I pay a bad word them cause. And my father raw Jamaican from the hills of Hanover. So we love the Jamaican language. Cause you have a great language, you know. No make nobody tell you say Jamaican is lesser than any language. All over the world, people love Jamaican language. When we go to Japan, I try twang, I say konnichiwa. Them I say wagwan. I saw the thing said. Every little white youth in England I go to them yard. Them not go work. Jamaican is a great language. Run it up, Jamaican. It's about time they recognize Jamaican as an official language. Yeah, man. Jamaican, that's how we talk, me brother Jamaican. That's how we talk, sister Jamaican. That's how you talk, me brother Jamaican. And the Jamaican thing. Play it low. Everywhere we go, people want to learn Jamaican. They love the sound, they love the vibration, they love the grammar, the word combination. Spoken in Jamaica by most of the nation. And people tell you, say you have to talk the English. Them say Jamaican is a lower language. We talk the English when we want, but listen to this. Out of the English and Jamaican with sound the sweetest. Look at that. Kude. What for? Fiwa. Go away. Go. Look here. Kuya. Here, yes, sir. Here, this, sir. Where are you going? Now, where you go? Come over here. Come here now. I see. Oh, what are you eating? Now, where you now? That's how I stay. I'm summertime. Leave me alone. Left me now. Go on. Galaga. Take it, lava, lava, so, go, go, yeah.
We do a tune called Mother and Civilization now. They take the woman out of the equation. You can't take the woman out of the equation, you know. So you move the ankh. Is the womb. and the man, you know, the male and female. So then have the grass and take off the woman out of everything, you know.
Yeah.
And you have to realize even with the Bible, there's not one word in it written by a woman. You see? The balance, you know.
Yeah.
We must have the balance, you know. And as we know, you can't have life without the woman, you know. And you see with the European society, it is a patriarchal society, and it never used to be like that. We never come from that, you know. Naya Bindi was a queen, Uganda, you know, and the power of the woman. So the only way we can go forward and reach the heights we're supposed to reach is with that partnership, man and woman, male and female, together, you know. I just Rasta and Empress, then set the example, you know. The origin of life, you know, as we know it on this earth, you know, and the place where the powers are, you know, in I have to see it, because the whole world can see it, you know. If you look now, there's a recolonization taking place, you know, with the Asian and the European.
Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese. Also Japanese in there as well, you know. After the minerals and all them things, but not just that, is the powers, they know the powers of the place, you know. And it's only in Africa and I kind of like full powers, you know. Because that's where I and I come from, you know, so that is natural to I and everywhere. So when we meditate on Africa, you know, spiritually and physically, if we reach the repatriation is a must. A long time, Rastafari, I said Babylon and fall, you know. Babylon fell long time. And just a hold up now, you know. Like it's in a rubble now. You know, but it's just for one to see it. And even them, I looked at Africa, you know, because as I know when you go to Africa, you see a lot of ones who are not African going to Africa and buying a house and buying a land, because they know say Babylon is truly gone, you know. And Africa is the place, you know, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. So yeah man, repatriation, you know, is the only place we can really feel at home. You know. Nice, I'm born in England. And you know you're born here, like you're a foreigner. Still, yeah. When I go to Jamaica, see the foreigner, again. You see? When I go to Africa, welcome home. We've got enough places in Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, we go all over Europe, Slovenia, Slovakia, Serbia, Slovakia, Croatia, France, Germany, all over Europe still. We give thanks, we get positive vibration everywhere we go still, you know. And one of the joys where we love still is when we see the power of Rastafari, we reach some diverse place, you know. And we go to places like Mexico, and we jump out on the stage and say greetings in the name of the Most High God, Maria, Haile Selassie, Jah. I love this Rastafari I've ever heard in my life.
Estas listo! Well, first I must greet you in the name of the Most High, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Jah! Selassie I. Give some more microphone, sir. Yeah, man. Well, this one is called, this one is for Jah. Rastafari, love it, Jah. This jump, it's a when you have to jump. This how the jump, it's a when you have to jump. When it's one for judge, leave my life in Savior. The king of kings, the Lord of all the lion of the Judah. The only time I hear it, just got him now make me cover. My father in a cover, say my I am a protector. My book and judge him Vega, my book and judge him Vega. My book and judge him Vega, I know I just a watcher. My boy down America, was just a cowboy actor. He used to story western, he was ruling America. He used to play with Indian, and he was fighting against Russia. He said a very party, 5 months on the power. Say him not give with terrorists, he was not talking as a liar. But he was saying weapons, he was running out of dollar. For the South America, the rebel in Nicaragua. Terrorism, they come, they do it for America. But some is on the top, and some break, and they put on Russia. They begin to narrate, and because when they give it over, they can't take up another. They say they can't remember.
This are the lingua, listen on me chat. A little bit of this and a little bit of that are the lingua. Multilingual, Maccabiga and international. Well, I've been to many places and seen many faces and heard a lot of languages from different races. Picked up a little bit here and there. I have picked up some sentences, picked up some phrases. From Cape to Cairo, Slovenia to Tokyo, I see many, many nations. Well, here I go. It's all about communication. First give them in Amharic, Salanta. Yetabareka, Exiri, Masigan, Ethiopia, Wadada. Arabic, Kaifa Haluk, Ahalan, Salam Alaikum, Malaikum Salam. French, oui, oui, je parle français, c'est maca, avec le B après, tout le monde qui parle français dans le monde entier, salutations, écoutez, German, guten Tag, haben Sie einen Moment bitte, mein Name ist Maka, Maka mit der B, Mandinka, halbe careto, all'after reggae music level, Mandinka funiato di lingua, listen on the chat, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's the lingua, multilingual, Makabiga, no international, no give them in a wall-off. Bugayeng reggae music, nanga def, bilingual vibes Spanish. Buenos dias, como esta usted? Hola, esta es el Maccabi. Le gusta reggae, le gusta. Bueno, bueno, hasta luego. Italian. Buonasera, ti piace il reggae? Grazie mille. Hindi. Ekdo, den Japan, Shesat. Reggae music case, I look to her. Acha, Swahili. Moja imbile, tana une, tata sita saba. Anjamba Africa, abariza, mchana, adi lingua. Listen on me chat. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's the lingua. Multilingual, Maccabiga, no international. Japanese, Neon Konbanwa, Kokingi and Kanko Desaka, Sayana Portuguese, Gostas the music and reggae scene, Obrigado, sign language. What did I say? Nobody don't know you. I feel wait till you see the video.
Well, my name is Ayman Isacha, and why I'm a man of many talents. I'm a youth and community worker from Birmingham. I also DJ, radio presenter. Also, I've become a reggae roots sound system promoter alongside Young Warrior Jashaka's son.
My name is Young Warrior, and I have been a musician and a sound system engineer for many years, I think from early 2000. So this would be my, I think, 8th year active in the music industry as an independent artist, or doing productions or sound, DJing, playing, traveling, whatever you want to call it. So obviously my father is Jashaka, who is a legendary entity, I have to push it and say that, within the reggae music here in the UK, being one of the people who stood strong in the roots and culture. That was kind of when in the 90s, when it was, and late 80s, 90s, when it was swaying, he stood firm and took fast in roots and culture and dub music and righteousness, the music that was originally come from Jamaica, before it all changed. Many of the sound systems went different ways. They went to dancehall, they went to lovers rock, but he stood firm in the roots. And right about now, it's the roots that has now exploded all over the world. And to any corners of the earth, they're asking for reggae, they're asking for the roots music, not the dancehall, not the lovers rock, but they want the roots. They want the proper, they want the hardcore. So he was one of those, he was that man who pushed it and inspired myself and many other generations of sound system, many generations of producers, DJs within the industry, and not just reggae people, but people who, mainstream people like Simply Red, who used to go to Shaka Dance, and like the Clash, and all of these people were inspired, Sting inspired by this music, roots and culture music in the UK. So it's been a very important entity within the UK reggae music culture and popular music which it is today. Very important, I've been inspired by that. Roots music talks to everybody, it speaks to every nation. You know, I always say, you know, this music is everybody's music because we're talking about love, we're talking about unity, we're talking about strength, we're talking about reality and the injustice of the earth which affects every man, no matter what race, color or creed, sex, religion, no matter who you are, where you are. So when you come to our dances and you come to our events, you won't just see an elder Ras, you will see maybe a younger Ras, you will see a young white student, you will see a woman who's never heard about reggae but she might know Bob Marley and she will come in and say, boy, I have to go check this vibes. So if that music speaks, it's just it just crosses every barrier because it's about people. We're not saying this music is for that kind of person or this music is for that kind of person. It's about the cry and the feelings of the people, you know. So that's why it speaks to so many different nations at one time. Not just you have to give it differently to them and give it differently to them. That one message can be just transcended in one instant. Like now tonight, there's a dance here going on. So right here, you will see people from all different generations, colors and creeds dancing to reggae music. You know, that one beat, you know, that beat isn't, okay, we're going to change it techno to get to the techno people. We're going to change it to R&B to get to R&B people. That roots music, it just grabbed them because it's about them. It's the feeling of the heartbeat, and that was from generations and generations and generation, that music, this music has been around and will still be around. Well, at the end of the day, we as youngers coming through it, we studied and heard about many different things. And being a black youth, my parents are very strong in the knowing about yourself, knowing about your culture, knowing about where you're coming from, knowing about certain heroes who fought certain battles. Like, you didn't just burn you know, there's a history to us as black people here. So these kind of things made me play the music that I play today, made me carry on myself how I carry myself, and made me determined in my path to make sure that certain works of my foreparents didn't go in vain. You know, because I am here as a younger person, so it's my duty to carry it on. If I say, boy, I'm going to stop, then it's dead. And I can't allow it because, you know, so much work, blood, sweat and tears went into building our nation. So we as younger people have to come and push it, no matter what way, shape or form, but we have to push this consciousness. It's getting difficult now because the younger people are listening to so many different things. But we still have to hold firm because what we're doing is right. So we're not guilty. We just push through the same way. I've been to Africa once and I spent, I think it was a month out there in Ghana. And what I saw there was there's many reggae bands and reggae instrumentalists just wanting to play. They just love music and they love reggae. You know, one of their big influences is Bob Marley, you know, who has obviously smashed barriers all over the world. So their big influence over there is Bob Marley. And I'm not sure about how the roots is nowadays over there, but I know it was strong at one time. But I know with the influence of hip-hop has been a very strong influence to the young Africans, and dancehall music has been very strong influence over there. So right now, I think how Africa is now was how England was at one time when it was changing. And we need some strong people over there to still push the roots as Shaka did here. We need some people to hold fast to it over there in Africa, and even in Jamaica, because it's gone sideways as well. So we need certain concrete roots people there pushing roots music.